But to jump it off, we got to do it the right way and start with one of the faces of this Southside movement on the West Coast right now. Coming straight out of Pixley, California, we got Tommy Gunz from Southside Pixley.
Mic check, still loading pistols, dog. And I used to write this buster bitch when I was in the halls. Mr. Tulare County in this bitch, I'll decline all your calls. Barrio gang is Southside Pixel, just look at the walls. Tommy Gunz, let's smoke this fool and dip, I'm trying to make a hit.
Coming out of Tulare County, most people don't know where that is. Central California, not the Bay, not LA. Tommy Gunz and SSP are really in the middle of nowhere, but we see he brought his gangbanging to LA and he's representing this shit to the fullest. Now, when he hit the scene, we seen him dealing with DJ Flip and the OTR camp. It seemed like him, Blanco 15, and P-Face was somewhat doing group records. And as you can see, all these dudes are extremely young. They the young life of the Double S. And it looked like it was a good move with the movement that they was trying to set forth. We're really bringing shit together. We know all three of them dudes from different areas, different cities, different hoods, and was trying to get their shit popping. But fast forward to now, we've seen a lot of things have changed with Tommy Gunz, Blanco, DJ Flip, and the OTR camp as a whole, it seems like. You know, he hit LA County and a lot of things started to come out. So to address his stint in LA County, you know, some people saying he was getting bullied or niggas was having their way with him, whatever the case, he dropped his interview on the full community with Compa Raider and a couple other dudes and spoke on his time and really spoke about himself, really just being humble in the LA County in the situation. And what I do see from this dude is that he wants to uphold the standards, the morale, and the integrity of his section. And that's one thing I like, man. You know, regardless of whatever you're doing out here, are you gonna do it to the fullest? Are you gonna represent the shit the right way, good or bad? And after watching Tommy Gunz this whole time, what I see is he puts Pixley first. He puts his hood first, and he doesn't want to do anything to make himself or his section and his homies look bad. And I think being aware of that at his age is a good look. Again, whatever lifestyle you living, staying loyal to the program is just what it has to be. But he spoke on his time in LA County, spoke on how he wanted to represent Pixley the right way, put his head down, not be too loud, and really just make it out that situation. But when he was in that situation, we seen him drop a freestyle in regards to that mic check record that he had with DJ Flip. Now, you know, y'all see the numbers on that. That song, that video went all the way up. And of course, that was at a time where he was still fucking with DJ Flip and 808 Cartel. And I'm assuming getting his feet wet to this LA scene. You know, like I said, he's not from LA. And it said that DJ Flip and them dudes brought him down here from Pixley by way of Blanco 15. But nonetheless, while he's in the county, he speaks on DJ Flip not giving him his chili for the mic check record.
I hate that fucking song because Flip ain't trying to pay me. Well, I feel like fools be bumping me, but don't hear what I'm saying.
We all know sitting in that county is desperation time, man. It's not a good feeling, especially when you ain't got no money. Your people on the outside ain't got no money. You know, your back is really against the wall and that shit. And I think he may have spoke somewhat out of turn in that phone call where he claimed that DJ Flip wasn't paying him for mic check. DJ Flip goes back, posts the receipts of the splits, showing that everybody was pretty much getting 30%. Everything was split down the middle. DJ Flip wasn't keistering funds and basically said that Tommy Gunz needs to address management if he's looking for money. Now, like I said, I think this is one of them situations, sitting in the county and feeling that pressure, I think was a premature statement. I think that's some shit that could have potentially been kept behind closed doors, especially when DJ Flip was transparent about the money, I believe, from DistroKid. Now, I don't know about the money from YouTube and all that other shit because it is on 808 Cartel channel with almost 800,000 views. But nonetheless, like I said, this dude is young and he down here in a spot that he's not from, dealing with niggas that he don't know. So it's easy to fall out with people. And that's what we're gonna see as we keep going through this list. But when he got out from LA County, man, I personally seen a change from dude. Like I said, we were seeing him heavy with Blanco, P-Face, just everywhere them niggas looked like they was having a good time, really gelling together as artists. But when he got out, he low-key got quiet. And as we see, he leaned back into his origins, where he from, with SSP. We seen him rocking with his homies. We see him with Demon, who's an older dude from Pixley. And honestly, I think that was probably the right move. You know, when you're dealing with people you don't know in a place you're not familiar with and you getting uncomfortable, it's probably best to stick to what you know and who you know before shit goes bad. You know what I'm saying? And shit may turn into some street shit. You know, who knows what shit can turn into when you staying in an uncomfortable situation. But on the other foot, there's two sides to every story. There's claims that he basically ran off when he got his deal. You know, it's said that DJ Flip took care of him, bought him and his homies and his management team from Pixley to LA, put these dudes on. You see the numbers that they was doing on their records, gave free studio time, all that kind of shit. You know, we know DJ Flip known for them package deals. It was said that he gave one up front to Tommy Gunz. And when that deal came, Tommy didn't want DJ Flip as the middleman. And I can see that shit also being true. I know, like I said, DJ Flip and OTR have their hands in a lot of pots with a lot of different artists. And I'm sure this isn't the first time that this has happened in this fashion because they got so many people that they dealing with. But on top of his fallout with DJ Flip, he's also fell out with Blanco 15. Now, Blanco 15, we're going to speak on him coming out of Palm Springs. But, you know, he insinuated that Blanco ain't really with that business like that. And he said when he hit the county, Blanco was stealing his style and basically trying to take over his way. Now, I'm sure there was some shit on the back end, but Tommy Gunz alluded to Blanco not really being with that business like he say he is. But along with Blanco, we also seen him beefing with Blue Devil from the hater world. Now, Blue Devil has spoke about the situation somewhat in depth, where some words may have been exchanged and some shit. Blue Devil felt like he cleaned it up with that 16th letter management, but he claimed it's a lot of young dudes over there and they don't know how to conduct business. Tommy Gunz just went on to say he just don't want to fuck with Blue Devil. He feel like he can't be himself. And all of this shit is really boiled up to where OTR, DJ Flip, and Tommy Gunz and 16 letter management have seemingly gone their separate ways. But the key thing that I pay attention to, like I said, is how are you representing this double S? We don't see this dude twacked out on that shit like a few people are. He came to LA County, didn't PC up because of his artist status. No true allegations of him doing no weird shit behind the walls. And when he was in that Food Community interview, he spoke about getting them phone calls on the back end, you know, being somebody that has to answer to them people, whether it be his homies or some other people that his homies is tied into for his actions. Now, we're not finna get too deep into the politics. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about in terms of them politics, check our last video out in the harbor area. All the politics is in there, but he basically says that there's a few homies out here, including himself, that has to answer to the program and follow rules. And like I said, that mindset right there will take you somewhere. Now, whether you put it to good use or bad use, being aware of what's expected of you when you sign up for some shit is what we all want to see. And reputation-wise, it seems like he has a good amount of respect in LA, still able to move around and not having money on his head like some other people we gonna speak on. He good in Pixley still. We know Tulare County do be going up. This is one of the few rappers that actually have beef with Norteños. Now, we recently just seen Tommy Gunz go down and he's back in custody, allegedly for a pistol. Now, this is the type of shit that knocks a lot of people off of their motion. So we got to see how he responds with this situation. But I do think he is in Central California, closer to his hometown. He won't be going to LA County. So things may get a little bit more active for him behind the walls. Now, activity-wise, do I think this dude is just out there sliding and flipping blocks and shit? I don't. But he does represent his set wherever he go. I mean, the shit on his face, he got no choice at this point. But without him, I never know about Pixley. I'm going to tell you that for sure. And with that being said, he may be the most impactful person to come out of Tulare County or Pixley, especially when we're talking about the LA music scene. So with all that being said, we got to give Tommy Gunz an A. Representing the double S the right way, not doing no bunk shit, you know, falling out with people. We can't hold that against nobody. You're not going to be cool with everybody forever. And like I said, all these dudes is pretty much foreign to each other. Grown men making new friends and shit. We know how that shit go. So I can't say that him falling out with people, business and all of that, that's a gray area. But what I see from him with representing SSP, his hood, and that 13 as a black essay, I'm going to have to say he's doing it the right way. Tommy Gunz with an A.